Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of coaching on decadence coaching. I found as a coach, this was basically what I was doing anyway. Why? Because the modern world is fucked. Okay, it's wonderful in many ways. We have good coffee and electricity and order and all the wonderful benefits of being in Western culture as opposed to Somalia or Afghanistan or something. And I have been, so I do know the difference. You know, it's a pleasant place. But there's certain problems that people have. Those problems aren't just individual problems. They're societal problems. They're cultural problems. So these are the things people come to me with. They don't necessarily put it this way, but this is what they're saying. So in some way they're weak. This is a triggering word for a lot of people, but if it's possible to be strong, it's possible to be weak, right? And I mean this holistically. I don't necessarily mean, great biceps or something. Often what people are really talking about here is discipline. Yeah, and discipline relates to one of the other ones as well. So in some ways someone is saying, I keep doing this thing I don't want to do. Yeah, or I can't do this thing that I really want to do. So they're lacking a certain willpower, they're lacking a certain discipline, they're lacking, in many ways we could look at this, less judgmentally perhaps, as like they're lacking a skill. Self-regulation is one of the main ones. So we could break this down, but just for simplicity, Austin is weak or addicted, right? So we live in a hedonistic culture that says, hey, nothing means anything, so let's have pleasure. So naturally people are quite vulnerable to addictions. This is Gabor Mate's work. It's not so much that they're just, morally weak people, it's they're in a culture which is not teaching them strength. You're not educated so much to do that. Though it's nice to see Slovenians do outdoor pursuits and, people sometimes take it on themselves to do it, but it's usually not encouraged. And they end up addicted to things because they're essentially self-medicating the stress of modern urban life. Yeah? Part of what they need to self-medicate is they lack community, they lack connection with nature. We can say they lack embodiment as well as a third one here. So often people are in some way lonely, and that might be like, I can't find a husband, I can't find a boyfriend, I don't have community, I don't have friends. I think I saw a study saying that most English men over 30 don't have friends. None. Yeah? So it's a real problem. It's a real problem because of the lack of co-regulation. So people come to me with problems around loneliness, whether it's intimate or friend or whatever. People come to me just feeling disconnected from themselves. That's another word for disembodiment. And these things feed into each other, right? So if I'm not connected to myself or community, I'm going to be more likely to get addicted, and I'm less likely to be able to self-regulate myself. Yeah? Another one people come to me a lot with is they feel lost. Why do they feel lost? Because society, culture doesn't give them a clear direction. They lack a purpose. I've for many years done courses on purpose, and it can be like I'm not quite sure what I'm doing in my life, or it can be like suicidal, I hate life because it has no meaning for me. Yeah, like anywhere on that spectrum. Coaches, does this sound familiar? Any of this? Do you have clients who have a Facebook addiction? Do you have clients who are feeling lost? Do you have clients that are struggling to give up some addiction? In my experience, this is like most of my clients in some form. Yeah. So when I talk about decadence coaching, what I'm really talking about is like most of the coaching I do. Is it resonating? Making some sense? Yeah. It's just another framework for looking at coaching. Okay, so I've asked Danny he was voluntold. You're 20, we can start sitting.
Yeah, okay.
You're 25, right?
24.
24, what do you do?
I'm a student and part-time teacher at Untitled School.
Part-time, and what are you studying?
Social pedagogy.
Social pedagogy, okay, great, all right. So I'm going to ask teaching stuff. Okay, for the UK listeners, this is what Europeans call teaching stuff. So I'm going to ask you these questions. How are you weak? What are you addicted to? Are you lonely? Are you disconnected, or are you lost? Like, it's like, oh shit, it's a lot, right? We should probably pick one. I don't know what you're going to say now, but is one of these jumping out of you?
Yeah, I would say like weak and lost because somehow I know my purpose, but I feel like I'm connected from bit of it, and I feel that I somehow like it's like in fog, but
in what?
In fog. Fog.
My
Czech pronunciation.
Not lonely. Okay. Yeah. Okay. In fog. Got it.
And I want to create some big projects which focus on teenagers and young adults, and it's about resilience, accountability, etc. But I don't.
You feel that in your breath? Do that again. You feel that?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah? What's that?
That I don't act towards to make it happen.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So, first of all, I really like you. It's nice to work with you. Okay? For real. And you remind me of me when I was young, so it's good to work with you. Secondly, like, it's amazing you found any kind of purpose in the culture we're in, right? This is not something we're really educated to do. So you're doing well. At 24, if you've got some sense of purpose, it took me to like 27, 28. Normally that's like people have a crisis. So good, you're doing well, that's the first thing, and particularly considering this is our context of life, yeah? So first of all, like, give yourself a pat on the back or something, yeah? Yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you feel that, like relief, you know, like you're doing okay, Daddy, yeah? And then you said there's kind of like a fog around the purpose, so it's like you kind of know, but what I heard is you're not really going into action.
Yeah.
You hear that in the breath again?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, listen to these, this is one breath. Ha! Ha! Yeah, almost. Yeah, this is the other breath. Right, and the arms also, like, do you see the shape of your spine?
Yeah, it's like
this, right? Yeah, and again, this is, you know, society teaches particularly young guys, you know, oh, you're rubbish, you can't do anything, so it's like, they end up being a bit like, oh. Let's just go into that a bit more, just for fun. So, yeah, oh, there we go, okay, like slumping in the chair. Wow, you look like you smoked too much weed at that point. Oh, a lot of young guys smoking a lot of weed makes it even worse, actually. Yeah, so how do you feel here?
Like, it's terrible. It's like, I don't have any meaning maybe to life. It's like whatever.
This is really bad. You know, a lot of guys, they say they're depressed. They're not depressed. They lack purpose. That's why they're depressed, right? It's not that they're like sad. You check it off. Okay, so we check it off. And you see what you're doing with your feet there? His body actually knows what it's doing already. I'm just following him, actually. Yeah. So feel that like stamp. Yeah. Like solid ground. It's be easy when you go back to check. You'll feel this even easier because like your ground. You know, like we're abroad here now. It's even better at home. Yeah. And notice your pelvis, it's kind of rolling back. So this, that's the beginning of the slump.
Yeah.
So people think it's from here, like to sit up. It's not, it's the pelvis. So I'm going to give you, it's going to be embarrassing, okay? They're going to laugh. You'll remember this forever.
Okay.
Imagine there was like some warm chicken soup in a bowl, just here, and I just want you to like dip your dick in it. Just like warm it up nicely. This is fucked up. I can't believe we're recording this. It's like from the back. Can I touch your back? I won't touch the front, I promise. So it's from there. So so like that can slump back, slump again, like depressed, right? And then that feeling. Yeah? And you don't have to push it too far forward. You know, it's that to see how immediately. How do you feel now?
Well, I feel definitely more certain. Also,
more
like
certain.
With the voices for me, like
the voices change.
It's like more powerful.
Well, he looks more powerful too, right? Yeah. Like you've gone from like little boy to like, oh, like the ladies all just went, oh. Yeah. Women have a radar for this shit, okay? Like they're your best mirror. Yeah. Okay, so how's that?
Yeah, like I starting to also more smile and more like, I feel like more energy.
Yes, more energy, less like tension in the arms, right? Okay, so a couple of things you can do. You can feel your feet. You can sitting, standing. We'll stay sitting from now on. The pelvis, find that energy. Just touch here for a moment. Okay, tell me what you're doing with your life. Don't make me slap you. What are you doing with your life?
What do I think that I have to. Sometimes it's.
Take a breath.
Yeah, it's difficult in English. Now it's more easier to speak in English.
Speak Czech or English.
I think that I don't using the potential. I like more like missing opportunities or like sabotating myself.
Where are you wasting your potential? Instead of putting it to your purpose, to what's going to make you happy and confident, like what we're saying, where are you wasting it?
Too much on social medias.
Throw that away, right? Throw that away. Like delete the app.
Yeah.
Delete the app. Really, like get your phone out and fucking delete it. Yeah, and if you have to use it for work, okay, you use it once a day, like this time of day.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, I need to use it, but I can definitely do that. I can just like sometime when I.
Okay, what time? I want to promise. I'm going to hold you to it.
In the evening between like that I can use it just like between 7 till 8:30. It's like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But
So
it's
it's 30 minutes between 7 and 8:30.
Yeah.
No flexibility. It's got to be rigid.
Yeah. For me, it's more easier that I have some
and
structure.
There's probably some app you kids know where you can actually set a timer so it won't stop you using it. Does it make sense? Yeah. So there's one thing, we took care of that. Next one. Where are you wasting your energy? Obviously, it's not confidential because we're on film, so just bear in mind if it's
And that I think it's also, I think that I have something that I can share, but still okay. I need to attend another workshop, another event.
This feeling of like not having enough.
Yeah, that I'm too young that I can give a value.
Right, great. Okay. Where's that coming from? Look at me. Hey, where's it coming from? Hey, look at me. Don't stop going inside. I'm not meditating now. Where's it coming from?
I think that like it's like from childhood that.
It's some bullshit therapy. Okay, right. So it's some history, right?
Some history.
Yeah. Okay. So we all have some history, some pain, some problems, some people mistreated us. It's not okay, but it's history. Yeah. How you doing?
Yeah, now a bit like emotional, but
That's
I
okay.
think that I can be like.
You could cry. You just can't quit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember the pelvis. Yeah. I should feel you strong here, not like collapsing. Yeah. That's it. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So what are you doing with your life? Tell me.
Yeah, I want to like kind of like live with purpose, live fully.
Great. So you've got one tool already, which is just like this sitting, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to reconnect to this, you don't always have me there, but it's like you can sit like this and remember this.
Yeah.
It's okay if I hit you a little harder here.
Yeah,
I'm not
you
gonna
can.
get your heart attack. Yeah. Okay. So you feel that?
Yeah.
Remember that.
Yeah.
Okay. On the back is okay. Sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Remember that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So when you sit like this, remember that.
Okay.
It's a little tool you can use. All the women are freaking out, but he's fine. Okay, mums, you don't need to mum him. He's fine. Yeah. How you doing?
Wow, it's like it's different. It's still like I feel like emotional, which is like vulnerable, I would say, but I definitely like feel more like certainty in it.
Great. So you can reconnect to this anytime you want. Also, we're going to go a bit of a distraction to get rid of just to help you out.
Yeah.
So that was like 10-15 minutes. You're doing great. Can I give you a hug?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good work. Give her a round of applause. Okay.